Welcome to my channel, All for Health with Jane. Family, we are still on the Senzo Meyiwa murder trial. We're still having Lieutenant Colonel Mangena on the witness stand. Family, remember when Colonel Mangena came to this court previously, he testified that the gun that was found with accused number 3, that gun matched the bullet that was found at the Kumalos. Allegedly, the bullet that killed Senzo Meyiwa. So now, the reason why Lieutenant Mangena has been called to this court again, it is because the defense is not happy about that outcome by Lieutenant Mangena. And now the defense, they've called their own expert. And everything they are doing now, they're trying to prove to the court that it is not true that the gun that was found with accused number 3, when he got arrested, that is the same gun that killed Senzo Meyiwa, meaning the bullet that was found at the Kumalo's home does not match this gun that was found with accused number 3. You know, family, my understanding about these ballistic issues, especially since Lieutenant Mangena has been called to this court and his evidence being analyzed, I have understood that guns, when they are used, guns, when they release a bullet, when a gun releases a bullet, what happens is the bullet will have some grooves on it that are caused by the grooves that, I don't know what they call them, but inside the gun. So as the bullet is being released, then the bullet will have those markings, those scratches, sort of, those grooves. And the grooves will be unique. So meaning a bullet that has been used on a particular gun will be the same as, or will match the whatever that causes those grooves. They will match them. And if they match them, this is what they are talking about now. And maybe a bullet that has been used on a different gun, there is no way it will match this other gun. So it must be the bullet that was released by this particular gun for it to match. So if they take a different bullet that was released by another gun, it won't match with this one. So now Lieutenant Mangena says the bullet that was found at the Kumalos, it matched the gun that was with accused number 3. So that's my understanding about the whole thing. So now, today we're having Advocate Mnisi. So we are going to watch Advocate Mnisi as he challenges Lieutenant Mangena's knowledge on the concept same relative area. So those are some of the terms they are using to show that relatively speaking, the grooves that are on the bullet matches that on the gun. So he challenges that, and as he does that, Advocate Mnisi in his challenge, or maybe in his presentation, he questions Lieutenant Mangena's interpretation and application of the concept same relative area. And he does that as per the evidence that has been presented in this court, with the intention to highlight potential discrepancies in the ballistic analysis by Lieutenant Mangena. That is the purpose of the whole thing. Mnisi also wants to prove to the court that the evidence that has been given by Lieutenant Mangena, it is not correct. So family, let's listen to Advocate Mnisi as he does that, leading Lieutenant Mangena in his cross-examination.
You're also familiar with the concept of same relative area opposition, not so?
Can you please repeat that?
You're also familiar with the concept of same relative position within the context of ballistic analysis, not so?
Same relative position.
Same relative position. I'm asking him if he is familiar with that concept as it
Ngifuna
is
ukwazi
used
ukuthi
within the context of ballistic
kukhona ke
analysis.
lento ebizwa ngokuthi same relative position ukusho ukuthi ke indawo efanayo etholakala endaweni eyodwa.
That's correct.
Wathi yebo kunjani?
Thank you. Now, in a practical application of this concept, maybe before I get there, is this also one of the concepts that you got when you attended the seminar or the training by Bruce Moran and John Maddock?
Wathi okunye kwakufunda ngesikhathi ufundiswa uBruce Moran noJohn Maddock.
That's correct.
Wathi yebo kunjani?
Thank you. Now, how would you define the concept of same relative position as it relates to ballistic analysis?
Manje ke ungekuhlaziyeni ke inhlamvu lena ke lento ekuthiwa same relative position yona ungayichaza kanjani?
My lord, when you're speaking of the same relative position, I mean, on both items, it must be on the same position.
Yes.
If you are looking at 1 o'clock on your exhibit, it must be 1 o'clock on your test. If you are rotating your exhibit or your exhibit and test, you rotate them simultaneously to look on the same relative positions. You're not moving one and then you move the other one, or you don't move the other. Both items must be on the same position and you move them simultaneously. Then you are on the same relative position.
Makhona the same relative position usho ukuthi ke imigqa le etholakalayo ke la enhlamveni ifanele itholakale endaweni efanayo kuzo zombili inhlamvu. Kusho ukuthi nanoma ke uziguqula ke lezi inhlamvu lezifanele ziguqule ngesikhathi esisodwa ukuze kutholakala ukuthi endaweni ethize yatholakala yini impawu ezifanayo.
Thank you. Now let us use just one exhibit. Just one exhibit. In relation to just one exhibit, test bullet, let's say it's a test bullet or it's a scene bullet, the bullet that is picked up from the scene. In relation to that exhibit, what is the meaning of this concept, same relative position in relation to that one exhibit? Not as when you're comparing two exhibits.
Manje ke uma sikhuluma ke ngenhlamvu eyodwa noma yiphi noma ilethole esigamekweni noma ileyo utesta ngayo masikhuluma nge-same relative position usukhuluma ngayo.
My lord, you cannot speak of same relative position in one item. It cannot be. If it's same relative positions, when you are comparing two items, it must be the same position from this one and this one. So if you are talking of one exhibit, what do you mean by the same relative position? You are relating it to which exhibit or to which part of it? Because we are talking about one item.
Angeke kwazi uthi izinto ziyafana kuwukuthi ukhuluma ngento eyodwa.
Say, is it not so that when you are using two exhibits, the purpose why you're doing that is to compare if there are similarities between the same exhibits, not so?
Uma uthole imibukiso emibili angithi ke kufanele ukuthi uqhathanise ukuthi ubone ukuthi khona ukufanana yini akunjalo.
Now you are comparing two different items, the similarities on those two different items. Then you must be on the same relative position on both things so that you can see if they match.
Manje uma uqhathanisa izinto ezimbili ufanele uzame ukubuka endaweni engathi cishe kube indawo efanayo ukuze ubone ukuthi ziyafana yini lezi.
Thank you. I don't dispute that, not even with a cent. Now let us start here. You receive a scene bullet, not so?
Asikale lana akasithi uthole inhlamvu etholakala esigamekweni.
That's correct.
Yebo kunjalo.
Now, under your microscope, you put that scene bullet under your microscope, and then you determine that there are indeed some striations in that bullet, not so, on the grooves, as you say, not so.
Uthatha le nhlamvu uyifaka ngaphansi kwe-microscope ukuthi ubone ukuthi kukhona yini la ekudwebeke khona la kunemisele khona enhlamvini leyo kunjalo.
That's correct.
Yebo kunjalo.
And let us assume at this point, you haven't received a tool which that scene exhibit could have been, or a gun or a firearm that scene exhibit could have been fired from. It's only the scene bullet. Not received any firearm, not so.
Manje uma ungakayitholi-ke isibhamu engacatshengela ukuthi ngabe kuyisona esadubula leya nhlamvu usaphethe sikhuluma ngokuthi manje usaphethe inhlamvu eyodwa nje etholakele endaweni yesigameko.
I hear that, man.
Yeah, no, this process is very necessary. We're trying to assist the court. We're simplifying it with a view to assist the court. Now, you put that scene exhibit under microscope and you're able to identify certain marks.
Bathi manje uthatha-ke le nhlamvu oyithole endaweni yesigameko usufake ngaphansi kwe-microscope manje usuyabona ukuthi kukhona iy'mpawu ezikhona la.
Do you follow?
Ngiyazwisisa?
Yes, I follow that, my lord.
Ngiyalandela.
And because of that identification, is it not so that would you then mark those, would you then continue to mark those marks which you have identified under microscope, not so, from the scene bullet?
Manje-ke kusho ukuthi-ke wena uzohamba ulokhu ubhala ukuthi iziphi naziphi iy'mpawu lezo uzozitholile kuleyo nhlamvu uma uyibuka ngaphansi kwe-microscope akunjalo.
My lord, I don't understand to mark them. To mark them, you can't mark them not knowing that what type of marks it can be unique markings, but are you comparing them with anything?
Athi hhayi uma angazwisisa ukuthi zobe ngizimakelani ngoba nje ngenzeka ukuthi iy'mpawu nje ezikhona ezingafani nezinye iy'nhlamvu kodwa uma ungasikhathanisa ngibona ukuthi uzobe uzimakelani.
Say you're not yet at the position where you need to compare. We're not yet there. You still now having one exhibit. You just want to identify that exhibit if it has got marks. Do you understand?
Asikafiki-ke esikhathini sokuqhathanisa sithi usathole inhlamvu eyodwa usafuna ukubona nje kuphela ukuthi inazo yini iy'mpawu ezikhona lapha kuyona.
Do you understand?
Ngiyazwisisa?
I understand there will be grooves on those and then there will be marks on the grooves.
Yes.
Athi yebo kuzoba khona imisele khona lapha kuleyo nhlamvu futhi-ke ney'mpawu ezithile zizobe zikhona nazo khona lapho kuleyo nhlamvu.
Now, some days later, an investigating officer then brings a firearm and requests you to do a matching.
Manje emva kwaloko-ke sekufika-ke iphoyisa liphethe isibhamu bese-ke licela ukuthi awuzame-ke nje ukuqhathanisa naleso sibhamu.
Now, is it not so that from that firearm then you will proceed to fire test bullets, not so?
Kusho ukuthi-ke ngaleso sikhathi-ke ukusithatha lesi sibhamu kuhambe uyodubula-ke inhlamvu ozohlola ngaso akunjalo?
That's correct, my lord.
Yebo kunjalo.
Then from those test bullets, you will then go and retrieve the scene bullet that you had worked on before and compare that scene bullet with the test bullets, not so. Now, this is comparison.
Emva kwaloko ahambe uyothatha leya nhlamvu le ephuma esigamekweni bese uzoyiqhathanisa nalezi inhlamvu ozidubulile akunjalo?
That's correct, my lord.
Yebo unjani?
Thank you. Now back to my question. Those marks, because you've just said that there are marks, of course, that you could find on the scene bullets, which would be normally on the grooves. Now, that groove on which the marks are appearing, would that not be a same relative area?
Ngithekele umseleke la uzothola khona imark.
Or
Ngasithi uyihlolile wathola ukuthi kukhona umsele la uthola kunemark khona. Uzobe ingekho yini endaweni ecishe ifane?
If I compare the two bullets, then I identify the groove that matches.
Yes.
Then that groove will be my first groove. Then when I start looking at the markings, the individual markings on that one, I'll start matching them. Then I'll go to the next groove, of which will be the same relative position on both items, moving to the next groove. You can look into that when you see the whole groove. If you can see, you don't want to see the whole groove, you can just magnify it, make the marks a little bit bigger. You can count that. No, if you see the whole groove, you can count all your striations on those things.
Ngitheke uma ngibheka inhlamvu, ngiyengibona ukuthi ukhona umsele engizothi uma ngiwubhekile ngibona ukuthi lo ngiyawubona kahle lo msele ukuthi unjani. Bese ngiyabheka ukuthi ukhona yini impawu ezitholakala kulowo msele. And then ke uma sengiqhathanisa ke nale enye ke inhlamvu, ngizofuna ke umsele ofana nalo yamsele lo ngale bese ngiyabona ukuthi cha yiyo le ndawo engathi indawo ezifana nayo. Mase ngiqhubekela phambili ngizofuna indawo ezinjalo ezicishe ezifanayo.
thank you, sir. Now, your understanding of the concept same relative area would mean you can find certain marks on a particular groove, and then you can go to, and then you twist the exhibit, and then you find certain marks there as well. That it means now on two different groups you find marks which are similar. That is now your understanding of the concept same relative area.
Manje usho ukuthi ke uma usuke wathola imarkethize mhlawumbe uphawu thize komunye ke wemsele letholakala lapha kuleya nhlamvu. And then usiguqula ke leyo nhlamvu uthole ukuthi ke uthola enye omunye umsele onolunye uphawu. Usho ukuthi enye ke indawo engathiwa i same relative position usho ukuthi indawo efana nayo leyo.
That's correct, madam.
Yebo unjalo.
So you go to a third groove, you go to a fourth groove, you find certain markings there on both exhibits, that the test bullets and your scene bullets, and you find certain markings which are similar. According to you, that will also constitute same relative area. That is the first groove, the second groove, the third groove, the fourth groove. According to you, that would still constitute same relative area.
Manje musudlula kumselo wesibili wesithathu esine wesihlanu bese uthola ukuthi kukhona impawu ezikhona lapho endaweni efanayo iloko ozokubiza ngokuthi same relative area.
That's correct, madam.
That's correct. Kunjani?
You attended this training offered by Bruce Moran and John Murdoch in 2002. Is that what you got from them?
Manje ufunde lapha lesifunde sethula uBruce Moran noJohn Murdoch ngo-2002. Ikona lokho wakufunde lapha?
That's correct, madam.
Yebo unjani?
Sir, with due respect and the greatest respect that I have for the experts, I'm going to put it to you that you had it all wrong.
hayi ngokuhlonipha okukhulu-ke ngifisa ukutshela ukuthi cha ingathi wenze iphutha.
That is going to be demonstrated when and as and when the matter progresses, that you had it all wrong.
Hayi kuzocaca uma siluqhubeka ngalolu daba ukuthi cha wenze iphutha.
Thank you. Let's proceed. CMS, consecutive mission striations.
Sorry to interrupt, Counsel. It has been put to the witness that to be demonstrated that he's got it all wrong without really laying the basis, my lord. Can we just inquire what is the basis for that proposition?
Yes, Mrs. Mnisi.
I do not understand the basis of the objection, my lord. I'm requested to lay the basis, but I also don't understand the basis of the objection.
No,
May the state please explain himself. What does he mean? That what is the basis of that objection?
No, but logically, that's how I understand the question. Logically, this expert witness must be told what the correct position is because he has got it all wrong. He must be told. Mr. Baloyi, is that what you...
Yes, indeed, that is the basis of the objection.
If you don't want to tell him or her, or you don't think it's necessary, you're at liberty not to.
I've just indicated, my lord, that as the trial progresses,
Okay,
that is
fine.
going to be demonstrated that he got it all wrong.
All right,
Exactly. So I don't understand the basis of the objection.
all right.
Thank you.
There we are, family. Family, don't you think Advocate Baloyi overreacted? I think he did because Advocate Baloyi, he says Advocate Mnisi was not supposed to say Lieutenant Mangena got it wrong without giving him the reasons why he's saying that. And Judge Rata also is on the side of Baloyi on this one when he says, yes, you are supposed to give him, the correct position where he's supposed to be. You can't just say he got it wrong and not give him the right one. So, but when you listen to Advocate Mnisi, when he said Lieutenant Mangena got it wrong, he said, I'm going to prove to you as this matter progresses, or I will demonstrate to you that you got it wrong. The correct one, you will see it in the process as we are going on with this matter. That's how I understood him. I think Advocate Baloyi was not supposed to object to that. So anyway, family, let's talk in the comment section. Let's meet there and discuss this matter. Thank you very much for watching this video to the end. Please like it before you leave. If you haven't subscribed for my channel, hi, what are you waiting for? Please do so. Subscribe for my channel. The family is growing. Thank you very much. I love you. Bye.